What's up, peeps? This is Todd and welcome back to my show. In today's video, I'm going to discuss how I spend my $2 million per year income. Also, I'm trying out a new microphone today, so let me know what you guys think about it. I've been trying to figure out how to make the best audio quality possible, and admittedly, I have been failing. So please let me know what you think about this new microphone. So as I've discussed in previous videos, there are three types of income. There is earned income, portfolio income, and passive income. Earned income is your wages, so it's actually the work that you do in exchange for a paycheck. And unfortunately, wages are taxed the heaviest. At the highest rate, wages are taxed at 40%. Now, portfolio income, also known as capital gains, that's taxed at a much lower rate at only 20%. Now, capital gains, of course, is the profit you make from the sale of an asset. So this can be stocks, businesses, real estate, you name it. If you buy something, hold on to it for a year, and then sell it, you will pay long-term capital gains at either 15 or 20%. And then the last type of income is passive income, which is my personal favorite. And with passive income, specifically through real estate, you can legally pay zero taxes. That is because with passive income on real estate, you can have a depreciation schedule. So if you make $100,000 per year in passive real estate income, but you can depreciate all of the properties by $100,000 per year, you don't have to pay a penny of federal income tax. So yes, I had an incredible year last year. I made $2 million. I can't even believe it. If you'd have asked me 6 months ago or a year ago if it was possible for me to make $2 million in just 1 year, I would have said no. But I did end up making $2 million last year, and luckily for me, the big bulk of that was not earned income. So in other words, the vast majority of the $2 million that I made was from passive income and portfolio income. My earned income was actually very, very low. What that means for me is I had a lower tax liability. So out of that $2 million, what I netted, what I actually profited was $1.5 million. Now, if all of this sounds incredibly outlandish, I actually was featured on Business Insider. They broke down my income and actually conveyed how I was able to net $1.5 million in a year. And when you're interviewed by Business Insider, they have to pick apart everything, comb through your tax returns and bank statements and just all the stuff. So if there's anyone thinking, those numbers don't sound quite right, you have Business Insider here to back it up. So now, out of that $1.5 million, how do I actually spend my money? What do I spend that $1.5 million on? Well, the first category is housing, and as all of you know, I am a huge advocate for house hacking. In fact, ever since I was on CNBC Make It Millennial Millionaire, and then again on Bigger Pockets and 30 Under 30, and all of these articles that I've been in, I have had thousands and thousands of people message me about how to start a house hacking business, and they've actually requested me to make a course. And I personally have been against making paid courses for a very long time. When you have a few thousand people who are requesting it, and when you do polls on Instagram and YouTube, I gotta give the people what they want. So yes, I will be launching a house hacking course. But that brings me back to this video, and what do I spend my $1.5 million on? What is my monthly housing cost? And that is zero. I live in a duplex, and my wife and I live in this half. We rent out the other half of our duplex. There was also a small garage unit that we converted into a studio apartment, and we rent that out as well. When we first bought the building, the second half of our duplex, we actually put that on Airbnb, and we were getting $6,000 per month in revenue. From a studio apartment down in the garage, we were getting about $3,000 per month in revenue. So in total, we were collecting $9,000 per month for a building that we lived in. But then COVID happened. So in March of 2020, we took down our Airbnb listing and rented out both units in the more traditional way. Now, we no longer make $9,000 per month on this property, but we do still make enough to completely offset the mortgage and live for free. So for our housing expense, which is most people's largest expense, we pay $0 per month, and as an added bonus, $1,100 per month is actually going to building equity. So $1,100 per month is paying off the principal of the house, not to mention this building is going up in value each and every year. Well, our next expense would be car payments. And although you guys know I'm rocking in the 2009 Ford Focus, we did end up buying my wife a 2018 Toyota RAV4. But we own both of these cars outright. They're paid off in full. We don't have any loans against them. So for a monthly car payment, that expense is also $0 per month. Now, our next expense is insurance. And spoiler alert, the answer is not $0 per month. We have insurance on 2 automobiles. We have insurance for all of our real estate. I have a $5 million life insurance policy, so if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, my wife cashes out big time and gets a check for $5 million. And then there's a life insurance policy on my wife that's for $1 million. We also have disability insurance and long-term care insurance, and in total, our monthly insurance payment is about $500 per month. Now, moving right along, let's talk food budget. So when I was on CNBC, I talked about secret shopping and how I was able to get my food budget down to $25 per month. But again, when COVID happened, secret shopping companies stopped using their program because a lot of restaurants were shut down. So now I do have to go grocery shopping like regular people, and the grocery stores of my choice is PCC Natural Market or Trader Joe's, and I spend about $525 per month on groceries. Now this next expense that I'm kind of lumping in together is utilities and subscription services. So water, sewer, garbage, cable, internet, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, all of that stuff. Now my utilities expenses is a little bit higher because I pay the utilities on the entire building. Although I'm renting out the second half of the duplex and the garage studio, I don't sparse out utilities, I actually pay for it all of myself. So in other words, it's included in my tenant's rent. So between all of my utilities and all of my subscription services, I spend about $650 per month. Now the very last thing my wife and I did last year is we took about $150,000 and we set that aside for fun, entertainment, traveling, and charitable donations. So last year, I kid you not, we took 9 vacations. We went to Hawaii, Alaska, the Oregon coast. We went to so many places, you guys, it was absurd. Probably my favorite vacation of last year was in Palm Springs. There was this place called Great Shakes, and they made the most delicious milkshakes ever. I got the Oreo milkshake with a swirl of caramel. It was just heaven. But we also donate to charity. If you guys saw the Jubilee video that I was in, you might know that I helped a young woman get out of the homeless shelter. There was also someone very dear to me that had racked up a bit of credit card debt, and I was able to fully pay off that credit card debt for that person who I'm close to. So yes, in total about $150,000 was spread out between fun, entertainment, traveling, and giving to charity. Now if you have been following along and doing the math here, you know that there's quite a bit of money left over from that $1.5 million net amount. Because we're spending nothing on housing, we're spending nothing on car payments. Really the only thing we pay for is insurance, subscriptions, utilities, charitable donations, and travel, but that still leaves well over $1 million left over that's unaccounted for. So what did we do with the rest of our money? Well, we invested all of it. We invested every penny. So out of that $2 million income, after paying taxes, insurance, expenses, after taking 9 vacations in a year, and after giving a really solid amount to charity, we were able to actually invest well over $1 million of our income. Investing by far is the most important part because that will just keep growing and growing, and one day you're a super baller and you have more money than you know what to do with. But that's pretty much it for this video, you guys. I will see you at the next one. Peace.